I would like to start with something real today. Remember the moment when someone asked you for help, and even though you were already stretched, you said yes automatically? High-performing parents do this more than anyone, because somewhere along the way, you became the reliable one. The one who gets things done, the one people trust, the one who steps up, stays calm, fills the gaps, fixes the problems, and quietly carries more than what anybody realises. And while reliability is a strength, there is a hidden cost that no one talks about. You start giving your best energy to the people who need you at work, and the leftovers to the people you love at home. Clients say to me all the time, I don't mind being reliable, I just don't want to feel resentful, or I'm dependable everywhere except with my own energy. And if you're nodding, here's the truth. Being reliable isn't the problem. Being reliable without boundaries is the problem. You weren't assigned the role of the reliable one. You grew into it because you're capable. You think ahead, you stay composed. People trust you because you've earned that trust again and again and again. Here's the trap. What starts as a strength becomes an identity, and what becomes of an identity becomes an obligation. You begin carrying responsibility that you never meant for it to be yours. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you said yes before you even considered your own capacity? Remember the moment when you realised people assume you'll handle it because that's what you do. That's the weight of reliability. There are 3 reasons high performers struggle to pause before helping. The first one is competence, because competence becomes expectation. People come to you because you're good. You respond because you're capable, and suddenly your competence becomes an invisible contract that you actually never signed. Number 2, you don't want to disappoint anyone. High performers avoid letting people down even when they're running on empty themselves. And finally, number 3, you've learned to measure your value by contribution. This is where exhaustion begins, not with the doing, but with what the doing means. Here's the part that hits hardest. Reliability at work is rewarded. Reliability at home is expected. And if you're not careful, you become emotionally unavailable without noticing. You're not distant, you're depleted. You're not frustrated, you're overloaded. You're not disengaged, you're out of battery. Your family doesn't need more from you, they need more of you. And you can only give that when you learn to protect your own energy. I have 3 tools I would like you to think about. The first is the reliability reflex test. This tool helps you see your automatic habits early. Before saying yes, ask yourself 3 questions. Is this mine to carry? Do I actually have the capacity for this? And if I say yes, who pays the price, me or my family? This literally takes 10 seconds, but it interrupts that reflex. The second tool is the share, shift or stop framework. Once you see what you've been carrying, run it through this simple filter. Share. Who can share part of this responsibility? Delegation isn't weakness, remember, it's sustainability. Shift. Can this be done later, differently or with less intensity? Not everything needs your top gear energy. And finally, stop. What needs to end because it's draining you? Some tasks don't belong to you anymore, and this is how you reclaim capacity without dropping your standards. The third tool is the reliability test. This resets your nervous system before walking through the door at home. 1 deep breath to slow down, 1 moment to drop your shoulders, and 1 sentence to set the intention. I don't need to hold everything right now. Presence is greater than performance every single time. Being reliable is a gift, but not when the cost is your own connection, your patience, or your well-being. So let me ask you this question. Remember the moment when you realised you were the strong one for everyone except yourself? When was the last time someone checked on you? You don't need to be less reliable. You just need to be reliable to yourself too. When you protect your energy, you protect your relationships. And that is when leadership meets life.